Listen, every single one of us has been given an assignment in life. Maybe it's your studies, your career, your family, your dream, whatever it is, that's your assignment. And the truth is, most people fail not because the assignment was impossible, but because they got distracted, lost focus. They started comparing their journey to someone else's instead of staying locked in on their own mission. You want results? You want success? Then you've got to treat your assignment like it's the only thing that matters. Nothing else. You say you want to succeed. You say you want to finish strong. You say you want to hit that next level in your life. But let me ask you a real question. How serious are you about eliminating distractions? Because here's the truth. Distractions are dream killers. You don't need enemies when you've got distractions. You don't need haters when you've got your own lack of focus. Every day, life is testing you. Every day, life is asking, do you really want it? Are you really locked in? Or are you going to let small things pull you away from the big thing? And the sad part is, most people lose their assignment not because they weren't smart enough, not because they weren't gifted enough, but because they kept giving their energy to things that didn't matter. How many hours are you giving away? How many moments of focus are you wasting on gossip, on drama, on social media, on scrolling through the lives of people who don't even care about yours? And you've got to stop treating your future like it's a joke. Stop letting temporary pleasure rob you of permanent progress. You can't afford to waste another day. Every minute you give to distraction is a minute stolen from your destiny. You see, your assignment needs your full attention. It's not a side project. It's not something you do when you feel like it. No, this is your mission, your responsibility, your chance to prove to yourself that you were built for something greater. But as long as you're double-minded, one foot in the assignment, one foot in distraction, you will never see the breakthrough you're chasing. Success does not come to the distracted. Success only comes to the focused. Think about it. Athletes lock in on one goal. Soldiers lock in on one mission. Successful entrepreneurs lock in on one vision. The common thread is focus. They don't have more hours than you. They don't have more opportunities than you. The difference is they know how to eliminate everything that does not push them closer to the assignment. They say no when everyone else says yes. They cut off what isn't serving them. They protect their energy like it's gold because it is. And maybe that's your problem. You've been too casual with your energy, too casual with your time, too casual with your attention. You're entertaining too many conversations that don't build you. You're giving your eyes and ears to things that don't feed your assignment. You're distracted, and distraction is costing you more than you realize. It's costing you progress. It's costing you momentum. It's costing you the life you say you want. So what's the solution? You've got to draw the line. Decide today what matters and what doesn't. Decide today what earns your focus and what doesn't. Stop letting other people's priorities become yours. Stop saying yes to every invitation, every distraction, every piece of noise that calls your name. You've got to protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Your future depends on it. Your success depends on it. Your assignment depends on it. Hear me, distractions will always be there. The world is not going to get quieter. Social media is not going to slow down. People's opinions are not going to disappear, but you have a choice. You can either drown in the noise or you can silence it and lock in. The power has always been in your hands, so eliminate the distractions, cut the noise. Focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants the process. Everybody wants the reward, but nobody wants the work. Everybody wants the result, but nobody wants the grind. And that's why so many people quit their assignment before they ever see it through. They don't respect the process. They think greatness is supposed to come overnight. They think success is supposed to be easy, but let me tell you something. The process is not your enemy. The process is your teacher. The process is the training ground that prepares you for the very thing you're asking for. When you step into your assignment, it will test you. It will stretch you. It will frustrate you. It will demand patience you didn't know you had, discipline you didn't think you could build, and strength you didn't think you could carry. And if you're not willing to respect that process, you will walk away too soon. That's why you see people quit on their dreams, quit on their goals, quit on themselves, because the process broke them before the, reward could build them. Listen carefully. The process is not punishment. It's preparation. The delay is not denial. It's development. The obstacles are not walls to stop you. They are weights to make you stronger. If you can learn to respect the process, you will find that every struggle has a purpose, every failure has a lesson, and every setback is setting you up for a comeback. But if you fight the process, if you complain about the weight, if you run from the struggle, you'll never develop the capacity to carry the blessing you're chasing. Think about it. You don't build muscle without resistance. You don't sharpen steel without friction. You don't grow character without challenge. You don't build greatness without grind. Too many people want the crown, but don't want the cross. They want the platform, but don't want the preparation. They want the recognition, but don't want the repetition. But success doesn't bend to your comfort. Success demands your struggle. And the process is where that struggle shapes you into who you need to be. So stop asking, why me? Stop asking, why is this so hard? Stop asking, when will it get easier? That's the wrong mindset. The right question is, what is this teaching me? How is this shaping me? How is this preparing me for what's next? Because the process is not blocking you. It's building you. And every champion, every leader, every successful person you admire got there because they stayed in the process when everyone else quit. I need you to get this. Shortcuts don't last. Quick wins fade. Easy victories crumble. But when you respect the process, you build something solid, you build endurance, you build wisdom, you build confidence. You build a foundation so strong that no storm can shake it. And that foundation is the difference between people who only taste success for a moment and people who live in success for a lifetime. Respect the process. It may be slow, but it's sure. It may hurt, but it heals. It may take time, but it's worth every second. Don't despise the days of small beginnings. Don't despise the grind. Don't despise the nights when nobody's clapping for you. Nobody's cheering for you. Nobody even notices what you're doing. That's where champions are made. That's where strength is built. That's where greatness is forged, in the unseen, in the grind, in the process. So today, make a decision. Stop fighting the process and start respecting it. Stop complaining about the weight and start training under it. Stop running from the struggle and start embracing it. Because the process is not there to destroy you. It's there to develop you. And when you come out of it, you won't just have the reward. You'll have the strength, the wisdom, and the character to keep it. Respect the process, and the process will reward you. Motivation is great, but let's be honest. It doesn't last. One day you wake up, fired up, ready to take on the world, and the next day you wake up tired, drained, not in the mood. That's the reality of life. If you're waiting to feel motivated every single day, you're already setting yourself up to fail. The people who finish their assignments, the people who achieve greatness, the people who live their dreams, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on consistency. Consistency is what separates dreamers from doers, talkers from achievers, wishers from winners. You can't just work when you feel like it. You can't just study when you're inspired. You can't just grind when it's convenient. Success doesn't care about your mood. The assignment doesn't adjust to your feelings. If you want results, you've got to be consistent day after day, week after week, month after month, whether you feel like it or not. That's the real test. That's what builds discipline. And discipline is the bridge between your goals and your reality. Look, anybody can put in effort when they're motivated. Anybody can show up when it's easy. But consistency is about showing up when it's boring, when it's repetitive, when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping, when nobody even notices. That's where champions are built. That's where success is forged, not in the highlight reel, but in the grind, in the quiet moments of discipline that nobody else sees. Motivation is like a spark, but consistency is the fire that keeps burning. Motivation will start you, but consistency will finish you. Think about the gym. You don't get results from one workout. You get results from showing up day after day, week after week, pushing through soreness, pushing through laziness, pushing through excuses. The same goes for every assignment in life. You can't write a book in one day. You can't build a business in one night. You can't master a skill in 1 week. It takes repetition. It takes routine. It takes consistency. And let me tell you, consistency is not glamorous. It's not always exciting. It doesn't always look impressive. Sometimes it feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again without seeing progress. But that's the secret. Consistency compounds. Small efforts repeated over time create massive results. One brick at a time, one step at a time, one action at a time. Before you know it, you've built something extraordinary. The truth is, most people don't fail because they're not talented enough or smart enough or strong enough. They fail because they stop showing up. They quit too early. They wanted motivation to carry them, but when the motivation died, they died with it. That's why you can't depend on feelings. You've got to depend on habits. You've got to build systems that keep you going even when your emotions don't. Consistency beats talent. Consistency beats intelligence. Consistency beats motivation every single time. So ask yourself, are you willing to show up when it's hard? Are you willing to keep pushing when nobody notices? Are you willing to keep working when it feels like nothing's changing? Because that's the price of success. That's the price of finishing the assignment. Not bursts of effort, not random moments of motivation, but consistent disciplined action day in and day out. Oh, consistency is the quiet grind that produces loud results. It's the steady drip of water that carves stones through stone. It's the relentless effort that builds unstoppable momentum. Don't wait for motivation to knock on your door. Create habits, build discipline, and let consistency carry you where motivation can't. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you do once. It's about what you do every single day. And if you can master consistency, you can master anything. Listen to me carefully. Nobody is coming to do your work for you. Nobody is going to carry your assignment across the finish line. Nobody is going to hand you success wrapped in a box with a bow on top. If you want it, you've got to take ownership. You've got to look in the mirror and say, this is my life. This is my responsibility. And whatever happens from here is on me. That's the mindset that separates people who succeed from people who make excuses. Too many of us waste time blaming others. We blame our parents, our teachers, our friends, our environment, our lack of resources. We say, if only I had their support, if only I had their opportunities, if only I had their luck. Stop it. Stop waiting for somebody else to fix your situation. Stop pointing fingers. Stop shifting blame. Excuses don't move you forward. Excuses keep you stuck exactly where you are. And every second you spend blaming others is a second you could be taking action to change your reality. Owning your responsibility means accepting the truth. Your results are a reflection of your decisions. If you're not where you want to be, it's not because of fate. It's not because of destiny. It's not because the world is against you. It's because of choices. Choices you made or choices you avoided. And the beautiful thing about choices is that you can make new ones starting today. You can choose to show up. You can choose to discipline yourself. You can choose to commit to the assignment like your life depends on it. That's ownership. Think about it. Nobody can eat healthy for you. Nobody can study for you. Nobody can train for you. Nobody can put in the hours of work that your assignment demands. They might cheer for you. They might guide you. They might even support you. But at the end of the day, it's you who has to sit down and do the work. It's you who has to make the sacrifice. It's you who has to grind when you'd rather quit. Ownership means you stop waiting for help that may never come and start taking action with what you already have. And here's the truth. Taking responsibility is not easy because when you own your responsibility, you can't hide anymore. You can't play the victim. You can't wait for someone to rescue you. You have to admit that if you fail, it's on you. But at the same time, when you succeed, that victory is all yours too. There's power in ownership. There's freedom in saying, I may not control everything that happens to me, but I control how I respond. I control my actions. I control how much effort I give. The world respects people who own their assignment. People who don't make excuses. People who show up even when it's hard. People who say, yes, the circumstances were tough. Yes, the odds were against me, but I did it anyway because I refused to give up ownership of my life. That's the mindset of champions. That's the mindset of leaders. That's the mindset of people who leave a legacy. So stop waiting for someone to push you. Stop waiting for the perfect condition. Stop waiting for somebody to hand you permission. You don't need permission to own your life. You don't need approval to take responsibility. Everything you need is already inside you. But the first step is to stop blaming, stop complaining, and start owning. This is your assignment. Nobody else's. And the day you truly take responsibility for it is the day your life changes forever. Every assignment has a finish line, but most people never see it because they lose sight of it halfway. They forget why they started. They get so caught up in the grind, the pain, the setbacks, the disappointments, that they let go of the vision that pulled them in the first place. That's why keeping the finish line in sight is so critical. When you can see the end, when you can taste the victory before it arrives, it gives you strength to keep moving, even when your legs feel heavy, even when your heart feels tired, even when your mind is screaming to quit. You've got to picture yourself finishing. You've got to imagine the reward, the feeling of crossing that line, the sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you didn't give up. That picture, that vision, that goal, it has to burn so deeply inside of you that it becomes the fuel for your effort. Because the truth is, the process will wear you down. The obstacles will drain you. The journey will make you question yourself 1,000 times. And the only thing that will keep you pressing forward is the picture of the finish line, the reminder of why you started and what you're working toward. Think about runners in a marathon. Do you know what keeps them going when their body is begging to stop? It's the sight of the finish line. Even if it's miles away, they keep it in their minds. They keep telling themselves, one more step, one more mile, one more push, and I'll get there. That's the mindset you need for your assignment. You can't keep staring at the pain, at the struggle, at the obstacles. You've got to keep your eyes locked on the prize, on the end result, on the victory that's waiting for you if you just don't quit. And here's the powerful part. The finish line doesn't just represent a result. It represents transformation. It's not just about getting the degree or starting the business or finishing the project. It's about proving to yourself that you could. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about the pride, the confidence, the strength that you carry long after the assignment is complete. That's why you can't lose sight of the end, because when you remember the finish line, you remember that the pain is temporary, but the pride lasts forever. There will be days when you feel stuck, when progress is slow, when it feels like nothing is moving forward. In those moments, remind yourself of the finish line. Write it down, visualize it, speak it out loud. Tell yourself every day, I'm not here to quit. I'm here to finish. That repetition keeps the vision alive. That focus keeps the fire burning. Without it, you'll drift, you'll lose discipline, you'll forget why you started, and eventually you'll stop. But with it, you'll keep pushing no matter how long it takes. So lock in on the finish line. See it when you wake up. See it when you feel like giving up. See it when the obstacles get heavy. And remind yourself, the reward is waiting for those who endure, for those who fight, for those who refuse to let go of the vision. Every champion, every success story, every person who completed their assignment, they weren't the ones who had the easiest path. They were the ones who kept their eyes on the finish line. No matter how rough the road got, don't lose sight. Don't let the pain blind you. Don't let distractions blur your vision. Stay focused. Keep the finish line in your mind. Keep moving toward it. And when you finally cross it, you'll understand why every ounce of struggle was worth it. So here it is. Your assignment is waiting for you. The distractions will come. The process will challenge you. Your motivation will fade. The responsibility will feel heavy. And the finish line will seem far away. But if you can cut out the noise, if you can respect the grind, right? If you can show up consistently, if you can take full ownership, and if you can keep your eyes locked on the prize, then nothing can stop you. This is not about talent. This is not about luck. This is about focus. Focus on the assignment. Refuse to quit halfway. Refuse to settle for less. Refuse to let excuses rob you of the life you're capable of living. One day you're going to look back and you'll either say, I wish I had, or you'll say, I'm glad I did. That choice is being made today. In every action, in every decision, in every moment, you either give to distractions or dedicate to your assignment. So lock in. This is your season to focus. This is your time to execute. This is your moment to finish strong. Don't let the world write your story. Pick up the pen, take responsibility, and complete the assignment. Because when you finish it, when you cross that line, when you hold that victory in your hands, you'll know without a doubt it was worth every single sacrifice. Focus on the assignment, finish it, and finish it strong